Hello class, moving on further. Now I'm going to explain how to separate the solid liquid mixtures. The first method is, suppose you have a mixture in which one solute is a solid and another is a liquid, and that is your solution, the mixture which is solid and a liquid. So the first method is by sedimentation and decantation. Sedimentation and decantation means, in this, if you will dissolve a mixture into a water, then what will happen? You just leave that mixture dissolved in water for some time. Then the solid solute, it will be settling down as a sediment. It will settle down, and then very easily and very slowly, what we can do, we can separate the water and the sediment easily. Okay, so in this method the mixture is allowed to stand, means we have to keep that mixture for some time. Why? In this time period, what happens? The solid particles keep settling down as a sediment, and the solid particles, if they will settle down, then they will leave the clear liquid. So that clear liquid we can easily and slowly pour it in another container. So this is what called decantation. So you can see sedimentation process was done first when you will leave the mixture to settle down. At that time sedimentation was going on, and then very easily and very carefully, what you will do, you will separate the water and you will get the clear liquid. This process is called decantation. They have taken an example of muddy water which can be separated by this method. But it is one thing written over here that complete separation is not possible, means you will not get a pure liquid. You can say that now completely a mud has been removed from the mixture. It is not possible in this, because all the particles do not settle down, some keep remaining, but most of it has been separated. So that is why we can use this this method. Another is the filtration. This is the most easy method. In this we are using it daily at our home. How? You make tea or your mother make tea, and when after making tea, when we pour it in a cup, we use a filter that you can say a sieve, छन्नी जिसे हम use करते हैं. It's a kind of a filter only. It separates the liquid from the waste, which is a tea leaves, that is a waste. So the waste, the tea leaves, that is called a residue, which is on the filter paper or on a sieve, जो छन्नी में रह जाती है चाय पत्ती, that is a residue. And the water, the tea which we get in the cup, that is our filtrate. So that is the method of filtration. Many examples are given here, chalk and water, all these, so you can read it. I hope it is clear to you. Another is the distillation method. It's a very important method, class, very important process. It usually comes in exams also, so read it very carefully. In this, the mixture has been taken in a round bottom flask, you can see, and there is a Bunsen burner flame at the bottom of the flask. As the heating is started, once the boiling point will reach, then what will happen? The bubbles, the evaporation will start. Yes, the boiling of the water of the mixture will start, and when the boiling will start, the vapors will be released, and those vapors, they start coming, they move up. As the gas vapors move up, you know that from this there is an outlet over here. From this outlet they come here in this tube kind of. What it is a Liebig's condenser. In this condenser, you can see this is all the gas vapors formed, and this condenser helps in condensing these vapors, and once the vapors are condensed, they are again formed into a water, you know that. And in this Liebig's condenser, those vapors, those gaseous vapors, they get condensed, and after condensation they are collected in another container. Here you can say this is your distilled water. Now this condenser is having two outlets. One is over here. This is for the vapors which is being condensed, and you get the clear liquid from here. Now here in this, another two outlets are, first one is this outlet and this is the inlet. From here the cold water goes in, and from here the outlet for water, means the hot water comes out. As you put the cold water from here, this cold water is used to condense this hot gas, and while the process of condensation, what happens, this water also gets little warm, lukewarm you can say, and if you will leave that warm water in it, then it will no more help in condensing. Yes, so this warm water comes out from here as the warm things goes up. Yes, warm things goes up, so this is on the top, and the cool things comes down. So here this is downwards. So here we put the cold water, and from here the hot water comes out with, or you can say the warm water which comes out. So this is the process distillation, in which we get the pure, the distilled water. So you can read it. The next is evaporation, very easy method. You know that how do we get the common salt from the seawater? By the process of evaporation only. Yes, in this the liquid changes into gaseous state by heating, but remember it is at a temperature below boiling point. Here we studied when the boiling point is reached. Yes, and here the evaporation is done at below the boiling point, most important point. So in this what happened, as the substance is heated, then the common salt gets evaporated and it is collected and the water is left behind. So here you can see that evaporation process is going on. This is the water vapors. The water vapors going up gets evaporated and the common salt is left in the beaker. Evaporation of water from a mixture of water and common salt. The mixture is heated using the sand bath. Sand bath means to get the more heat. This is a sand bath. The sand is kept over it to get the more even heat पूरे बीकर पर जिसमें water containing salt है उसमें पूरी तरफ से heat मिलनी चाहिए. So as the heat is released, the container gets the heat, the water gets vaporizes and the common salt is left behind. So this is the process through which we get the common salt from seawater, which the factories usually do, and then we get it and use in our homes. NaCl, the common salt, sodium chloride. Yes, so this we studied about the separation of a solid and a liquid mixture. Now you can completely fill this worksheet, and in the next video I will explain you how to separate liquid into liquid mixtures. So till then, goodbye class.